We are live. That's right. Doc Martin for KRAZ TV. The book right now and today, Darwin Devolves by Micheal J. Behe. Behe. I always butcher names. Sorry, Michael. Author of Darwin's Black Box. And we got this book at the Pima County Public Library here in Tucson, Arizona. It's the new science about DNA that challenges evolution. On the back it says, evolution is broken, and it's time to admit the obvious. Now, this guy is a forward thinker, and he isn't a creationist. He is a scientist, and he isn't creation scientist. He thinks about intelligent design, and what that means. For what I read every word of this book. It took a while because I really got involved, and it isn't that Darwin was wrong, but he only had a limited idea until we get him into molecular biology and genes and all of this stuff and proteins and wondering about how things happen. It wasn't going to work. It wasn't that they didn't have a clue, but he was a forward thinker. And then there was a period after that. It's called neo-Darwinism. These guys are going back and forwards, and I didn't realize what a controversial author that Micheal Behe was, but I've watched him lately on the internet, and people go up and down with him. But in this book, and he does explains that a lot of the mutations that evolve are actually devolving by, well, let's say it needs a protein in a gene that doesn't work anymore. They'll take it and it'll break it. It doesn't. Wow, let's make a gene and make it. It's much harder. What it is these work. They don't work anymore. Get rid of them, and then the adaptation will work. So that's really what's happening is proteins and genes are being taken up, broken, spliced, or changed over, and that evolves the new paradigm for the organism. They're talking about mostly, he talks about if you got domain all the way through King Philip came over for good stuff. That's kingdom, phylum, class, order, genus, species. And if you equate dollar amounts and $10 and $100 on the top and millions of dollars, but you get down to the genus and species, they're only pennies and dimes as far as the change. There's a lot of them, but most of those small changes, like on these beaks, are really on the a penny and dime changes down at that level. These are not turning like hippos turning into whales, which did happen, of course, but that's higher up. But those are very rare, and those type of changes are really a lot different. But in species, well, they change. Like, and the first thing he comes out here was about the bear, and the polar bear did not come out white. It went up as a dark animal and got rid of some of the gene stuff that made its coat dark and turned it to white and stuff. And so that's how the evolution of the polar bear came about. So it's a very amazing story, and I hope I explain it right. But Micheal J. Behe, you did a grand job. So get this book like we did at our Tucson, Pima County Public Library. You can get it at yours. And keep reading because, it isn't, I'm not going to say it isn't God, but it's the intelligence of the species itself that knows what it wants, the consciousness in it. Somehow just says this is the way it's got to be. And that's what is intelligent design, not somebody else. It's inside of you, just like your consciousness and everything else, your brain. Anyway, sorry if I'm ranting, but read the book, Darwin Devolves, the new science about DNA that challenges evolution by Micheal J. Behe. And if you can, support us over at kraztv.com. Thanks, and keep watching Book Review. Channel.